Punters Lounge now looking at Avondale with Jason Tan. Jason, track conditions dead 5, rail position in the true. How's it going to play?
You'd expect that it'll play closer to the better side of dead, and hopefully there's enough width to be fair. Okay,
let's move you into the card 8 race program. The first is that 5-star horse transport maiden over the 1200 metres. Market says that the only way was good at Te Awamutu, second last time out 980. Birdie Blitz at 520. Glendalough, who's trialled up really well for this at 450. And Lady Sequoia was an eye catcher at Ruakaka last time at 750. How do you see this one, Jason?
She's trialled up beautifully. Glendalough, as you mentioned, Aidan, a couple of starts as a 3-year-old really signalled that she was better than a maiden. And Peter Williams was happy to try her in stakes company, and she probably just wasn't strong enough. Apparently has strengthened up well, as you mentioned, evidenced by that trial performance. The blinkers go on. If she can settle just in front of midfield, I think she's a great bet. Now, I've gone 2 by 3 in terms of the units each way. She's on that borderline as to whether you want to go each way or just straight out to win, but right, she's the top selection clearly for me.
Okay, let's move you on to the second of the card. This one, the iconic Sunday markets at Avondale 2200. An open handicap here where we see BT Junior heading the market at 180, 105. 450 about Bizwinkle, You Want More at 5, and Greencast at $8. Jason, what I'm really been impressed with is how you come to the Punters Lounge live without any form guides and just can do this off the top of your head.
It's all here. But in terms of the pace, you're looking at Bizwinkle, Greencast, You Want More. BT Junior should get that run behind the speed. If they don't go fast, then he's got a good enough turn of foot to be able to sprint past them. So BT Junior looks to me the bet of the program there at Avondale and of the weekend. $1.80 short, I know, but I struggle to see many scenarios where he comes to the races in his current form and doesn't win.
Yeah, I agree totally. Let's move you on to the third, the Westbrook.co.nz 1200, and a favouritism here with Popstar Princess at 340 and 140, narrowly ahead of Shadow Dancer, who was good resuming at Matamata last time out. 550 Hammer King. This is the next Hong Kong horse. What can you tell us about Hammer King?
Look, there are 3 there. There's Hammer King, Born Dragon and Grace Heart. So it's not a straightforward race on the basis of that. Hammer King trialled really nicely for the Murdochs and on pure ratings sits above Born Dragon and Grace Heart. In fact, when Hammer King and Grace Heart last met, Hammer King beat Grace Heart, conceding 7 kilo. But I'm prepared to back them both on spec, really. I understand that Grace Heart has been working really nicely. A lot of respect for Popstar Princess, who, if she can find the lead, is going to be the hardest to beat on what we've seen in New Zealand. But of those Hong Kong gallopers, Hammer King and Grace Heart for me.
We know you've got a really good handle on that Hong Kong form. How does it normally sort of come back and race here in New Zealand conditions?
Again, it just depends on how they come over and why they left.
Yep.
So, for example, Hammer King, his last start in Hong Kong, he had returned with blood in the trachea and wasn't seen again. Now, I'm not sure if he had any other structural issues, but, you know, at the Murdochs on the beach train, you'd assume that he's not the most sound horse.
Yep.
Grace Heart is one of those horses that's probably met its grade in Hong Kong and really didn't have much of a future apart from fluctuating up and down the bottom of 3, Class 4 and maybe Class 5 and picking up a winner season. So,
and I'm getting off the subject but look, a Class 3 company for Hammer King, how does that relate to rating 72 company here in New Zealand?
Oh, perfect. So that's, you know, Class 3 is the mid-grade in Hong Kong. They have classes from 1 through to 5, and then above Class 1 is your group races and Group 1 races, but he should be able to, on ability, win at the top of a rating 72, should be 85 easily. And you know, there's no reason why, if he remains sound, that on his best Hong Kong form, he couldn't compete at the low end of an open handicap.
Okay, let's move you on to the 3-year-old race. The fourth of the card is the Auckland Alarms 3-year-old. 350 at the top for Nirvana and Fire, a likely leader in the race. But Lippy at $425. Media Sensation, who's an unlikely starter, we're hearing from Peter Williams, due to the wide gate. And Wisdom Patch at 550, 190. How do you assess this one?
Yeah, so you've got Nirvana and Fire, whom you mapped on the first call as one of the leaders and is drawn to lead. Now, if he's able to get the type of lead that saw him win at Te Rapa, then he's clearly the horse to beat. There are a couple of fillies in here that's prepared to spec. Rip 'em Up is on debut, and look, it's short enough for a debutante, but there was something about her trial at Cambridge that when she was produced, she was clicked up and she found 2 lengths in about 50 metres. Yeah. So that sort of said that she was above average. I've actually got her and also Valerie as both backs in the race. small plays, not a massive amount of confidence in the race at all, but both at double figures. I think Vallely showed enough, and also in a recent trial went alongside Love Affair to say that a spec was worth it as well. So I'd be backing both of them graphically. Just imagine that rip 'em ups there.
I'm pleased they're taking those two selections off. I don't think it's fair.
They don't like the two selection.
Let's move you on to race 5, the Magnus the Mighty Steam Train, 2100, and we see here at 450.
Have you taken a ride on Magnus the Mighty Steam Train?
No, I haven't. Is it good?
I don't know. Okay, I don't have kids.
No. Oh, is it a kids thing?
I assume that it might be, but it might be a genuine thing for kids and adults. I really don't know.
Yeah, 480 Banrock and Final Suggestion, 850 for Nothing Trivial and Tweedledee and Marbles at $8, both fighters 750. Looks like a pretty open market here, Jason.
She has a good relationship, Irish McCall, with Black Magic Woman, doesn't she? The style that she rides sort of settles back and comes with that run. Conversely, Final Suggestion is a horse that you'd expect will be on speed. The way that he races, again, the step up to the 2100 metres should suit. I like what Banrock has been doing at Ruakaka. Look, he's been getting back and has been suited by some inside runs, but the horse has been hitting the line pretty well. So I was happy to have a little each way, 1 by 2 on Banrock. It's
interesting to see where they're coming in because they've been racing both Banrock and both fighter in sort of 82 and open handicap company, but they're sort of 70 and 69 horses, where Final Suggestion's been at 72 grade, but going really well and at sort of 1600 metres. So it steps up in distance. Well, these two are both coming back in grade. So it's an interesting race set for sure. Let's move you on to race 6, and this one is the Westbrook Wines Waimaku 1200. I'm picking you've tried the Westbrook Wines, Jason. Love Affair at 240 and Unlikely Starter. Living on a Prayer 380.
I'll certainly be hoping some's on offer tomorrow at Avondale, Aidan. I'd be expecting a full array of wines to be tasted. Ronchi resuming, or Rhodes resuming, high-class horses at their best.
Yes.
You can't suggest that they would be at their best in a fresh state. All Rhodes didn't mind the trial of actually at Te Rapa, but you just want to see him. You'd expect that he'll be dropped out the back and be allowed to settle before finishing on.
He's a high-class horse.
Yeah. So Love Affair, we don't think is going to start. Andrew Forsman has suggested that she will come out. Against that is the fact that she holds 200-odd multis out of something like, what was the number?
220, I think.
With 220, so 200 out of 220 multis for that race she is in. But she's like to come out. Living on a Prayer is the horse that I want to be backing there. Untamed Diamond was very good in a trial, but Living on a Prayer, I really liked her fresh up run, in addition to what she did last prep.
Yeah, she was good last preparation. Second behind Tiako Shark at Hastings, and by all accounts, talking to Wayne Hillis, there has been improvement from that run as well. Let's move on to the 7th, this one, the 8th, New Zealand 1600, where Podrick is at 420, has good support. The ERS at $5 was terrific last time out, was in season at Awapuni, but still won really well. And Doyas at 750, 850 about Mercella and Kachi, and 950 about OCD. And Doyas, Jason, you got a share in that along with some pretty high profile people. What's the inside word?
Very small, very minor share. But he's a horse that 1600 isn't his best journey. His record suggests that ground is his go. However, he looks well. He's come out of his last start at Ruakaka where he finished last very well. And
circumstantial though.
I think it was circumstantial. I don't think I'm blinded either way in how I assess it. I thought the run was good. He's the type of horse that is not so good being presented as early as he was in centre track, which wasn't the place to be either at Ruakaka, so it's forgivable. That said, he was well covered by a couple of others in the race, including a horse that he meets there, so I'm not going to be going too hard on him to win. He doesn't have blinkers, and 1600 is going to be short of his best, but I think he's a horse that you would very much err towards backing to place.
Yeah, it was Podrick who'd ran third in that race, but the start before that, Andoyers really attacked the line strongly at Te Rapa on a day where it wasn't so easy to do so. So you can see that he's come back from Hong Kong in good order. So we wish you and your co-owners all the very best there in the 7th. Let's get you on to the last of the program, the Avondale Jockey Club members 1400 and 480 about both the Charlie Rose and My Dakota. CC Senior I thought was pretty good last time out at Ruakaka from the back. I thought it was just a run of a next up winner, and if not, why not at 7.20 and 2.50? What did you like?
Look, I really like coming to last races of cards to give people at home something to really climb into. I can't with this race. It's not the most straightforward race. You'd love to say you can blast out on this.
Yeah.
The best I can say is that Charlie Rose, who resumes, brings a decent form level from last preparation. She's awkwardly drawn, but I'm happy at $4.80 that she's just enough to go each way on Charlie Rose. But I want to be able to give you a blast out horse in the last at Avondale. I can't, but Charlie Rose is the play. Okay,
maybe we can back them both to win and find us somewhere near there. Both of them each way players, Charlie Rose, and I've gone with CC Senior. Jason Tan giving us a form assessment for Avondale on Saturday.